Hello, and welcome to Some Adult Mindfulness Time. My name is Stephanie Harris, and I'm a certified mindfulness instructor. In the previous video, I went more in depth into what mindfulness is and its benefits. So in this video, I'm just going to touch on those two topics. Mindfulness is a present moment awareness. It's being right here, right now, on purpose, and without judgment. Not worrying about whether you're doing it right or doing it wrong, or maybe you missed your practice the other day, letting all of that go. I also encourage you to approach your mindfulness practice through eyes of kindness and curiosity. We do this, we practice mindfulness in order to really accept and be with each moment as it presents itself, good, bad, or otherwise. And mindfulness allows us to create this space or this pause, which allows us to be able to better respond to the emotion or the moment instead of react. Who knew, honestly, that mindfulness could be such an amazing superpower? Today, I want to discuss this concept. Well, it's a very real concept of fight, flight, freeze response. And we're all finding ourselves in it to some degree or another. And this fight, flight, freeze response occurs in the amygdala or your primal brain and really serves an excellent purpose. But when we find ourselves in this low grade fight, flight, freeze response for a continued long period of time, it can really become extremely taxing on our nervous system. And so I'd like to offer up a couple of strategies today that can take you out of that, even if it is just for a moment. So the first one is called 5-4-3-2-1. And it is a strategy that's going to allow us to tap into our five senses. And when we're experiencing our five senses, we're dropping into our body. And we have a tendency as humans to spend a lot of time up here, a lot of time in our head. And by dropping ourselves into our body, our physical being, in mindfulness, you can't be anywhere else but the present moment when you're in your physical being. So the 5-4-3-2-1 is very simple and can be used anytime, anywhere. And it's especially useful when you feel the spike in maybe the stress or the anxiety or the overwhelm. So what you're going to do is you're just going to stop and you're going to note 5 things that you can see. So I'll just kind of go through it briefly and then we'll do this together. So 5 things that you can see, and actually make note of them. I see a tree, I see a flower, I see a chair. You can do it verbally out loud, or you can do that in your mind. And then you're going to note 4 things that you can touch. Maybe it's the wind that you can feel. Maybe it's the seat underneath you. Maybe it's the clothing on your body. And then 3 things that you can hear. And you may want to go inward for that, kind of close your eyes so you can really tune into your environment. And then 2 things that you can smell and 1 thing that you can taste. So let's go ahead and try this together. So just stopping what you're doing and noting in your environment 5 things that you can see. And you can say them out loud or in your own mind. And now noting 4 things that you can touch. So again, moving to touch something or just noticing what you're feeling around you. Now, noting 3 things that you can hear. And again, you may want to go inward on this one so you can really tune into your environment. 2 things that you can smell. So maybe you can smell 2, maybe just 1. If you're lucky enough to be outside, you can physically smell things. Or if you're in an environment where you can only smell 1 thing, let's say cookies baking again, then just note that. And then lastly, 1 thing that you can taste. And it may be just the toothpaste from this morning, maybe something you just ate, or nothing at all. And then just breathing into that and noting if you feel any different. You may not. And if not, try it again later and see if that helps. Awesome. Our next strategy is more of our formal practice. And that's the one that's going to really allow us to build up that mindfulness muscle so that it extends over time and it is available when things are just going sideways. And the mindfulness allows you to stay steady even in the strongest of winds. So let's practice together. So finding yourselves in your mindful body, and it could be in a chair, it could be on a cushion, feet on the floor, cross-legged, hands relaxed in your lap, upright, but not uptight, relaxed, but sitting with integrity. And then I just want you to take a very conscious inhale and exhale, finding your breath, maybe for the first time today. Closing your eyes if that's comfortable, or just lowering your gaze if that feels better, softening your vision. And then taking that inhale and exhale. And just feel the movement of your breath as it settles in to its natural rhythm. So I invite you to tune into the sounds around you. Noting your environment. And now turn that listening inward. Noticing your breath as it fills your chest, maybe goes into your torso. Allowing it to loosen your shoulders a little bit, relaxing your jaw. Now I'd like you to bring your attention to the area around your heart. Maybe even placing a hand on your chest to connect with that area. Can you feel your heart beating? Maybe noticing the mood around your heart, whatever it may be. Don't judge it. Just notice. Connecting with your breath again. Noticing if you feel any different. Maybe you do. Maybe you don't. That's okay. And then taking one last collective breath together. Bringing yourself back to the room. Opening your eyes, lifting your gaze. Excellent. Thank you so much for joining me again today. I really hope that you are finding these strategies beneficial. And there will be some resources that post again at the end of the video. And I will see you next Wednesday.